Jai Ma, Om. So have been inspired and getting non-stop downloads about possession and exorcism. So I'll just share with you my experience. So in the last video, I mentioned that Kālī is like the highest, most powerful exorcist, and that it's cleaning not only the negative entities, but the thoughts and the programs, the beliefs, the fears, the past life grooves. She's clearing all that. So there can be no external possession without an internal alignment. Saints don't get possessed. Saints who fall maybe get possessed. But they only get possessed by high vibration beings, not by negative entities. So Kālī, the energy of Kālī, the vibration of Kālī, the frequency of Kālī, includes a very strong exorcist vibe. So I've noticed this in my journey that, I'll give you a recent example, and also the samskaras, so you can see like how this energy and also my own psyche revealing and unfolding and mirroring and allowing and noticing and observing how this energy, how this divine love, how this joy, how this very powerful transformative energy, how this exorcism energy manifests through the field, and how it's mirrored and reverberating back all the time. The information, the feeling, the power, the reflection, the mirroring, it's happening all the time in every respect, not just about exorcism. So the other day, I went to go dance. I like to go dance and feel how the energy, the goddess expresses in the body. Also God, Shiva happens, Hanuman happens. So at the end of the dance, I was leaving with my friend, with Romy, and my brother from the same mother, Jai Ma. And I saw this woman who I've seen around, and I said hi, because I was just spontaneously saying hi. And her reaction to that energetic interchange was like a caged animal. She looked scared. She started to move like I was going towards her, somebody was going towards her, but I had no intention of, she said, "Don't hug me." And I had no intention of hugging her, actually. But her reaction was so like that. And I was like, "Don't worry, okay, Jai Ma, Jai Ma." And of course, like the Tim part of me, or the part that's still in ego, took it personally, like, wow, that was a weird thing that happened. It wasn't my intention, yet she reacted so uncomfortably, literally like an animal trying to run away from me. So, of course, how can one needs to be at a very expanded level, not to take something like that personally. So it was personal, right? I came, there was a person involved, there's a body, two bodies involved, two energy fields. So it's related to here and there, right? And yet the ego wants to say, what did I do wrong? Or she's wrong? Or I need to look at myself further, which it does, and I do. And I'm like, but that was just weird, like how that happened. And the same friend I talked about in the last video, the way that the exorcist healed her family member, or depossessed the family member, was through a hug, actually through hugging my friend. And the hug sent the entity away. And then hearing her story, suddenly it downloaded, like, that's what this entity and this woman was afraid of, a hug. How could anyone not want a hug? Like, I don't get it. Like, I was feeling super expansive and high vibe. Like, doesn't she see me or feel me? Yes, she does. The entities possessing her saw me and felt me and reacted exactly the way that they reacted for a million times this exorcism energy has flown through. So when you can disassociate or dissolve or relax, that it's not, you've done your work, you're sensitive, you're not an egomaniac, you see how energy is moving around in the field and reflecting and the tapestry, but you can also see like, wow, that reaction was very extreme, and so not my intention. And what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. and also the information coming within 24, 36, 48 hours about exorcism and possession and so forth. Suddenly, it dawned on me, yeah, the negative entities possessing this woman, or that's what's the energy reacting to your exorcism energy, the Kālī exorcism energy. And when I shared this with my friend, she said, yeah, that the same energy is working through us. I'm the most aligned, two most aligned people in the world are this woman and Romy. And she's like, oh yeah, the exorcism happens all the time in the meditations I hold in the Shaktipat. I feel myself with Kālī, with the sword, and like chopping away at their negative entities. And I also experience this in the meditations I hold, is that are held over here. Yeah, we could say the personality holds the space a little for the magic to happen, but who's holding what? So I have Ganga water behind me, and sometimes I'm intuitively called to like spray Ganga water on the meditator, or on all the meditators, or on myself. And the power of the water, when that water hits them, it's like, wow. You can feel the energetic shift, and that water is being prayed on for years here. So, it's supercharged, this Ganga water. And it acts as an exorcism field. But also when I'm called to use the peacock feather, it's also Muktananda style. Jema, Jema, Om Shakti, Om Lama Kālī. So just this peacock feather can also exercise things and energies, and just different situations are called for different things, and I just intuitively grab. Or it can be my hand, or it can just be the field. And part of what goes on here, what goes on with this blessing that Kālī is blessing here with, is this exorcism energy. But it's not just the negative entity, it's the thoughts, beliefs, programs, fears, desires that attract the negative entity. So that's Shaktipat really. Shaktipat, the descent of grace of the goddess, is the strongest exorcism. Kālī is the strongest exorcism because it gets to the root cause. That's the teaching with the demon's bloods. It licks everything up to the root, to the beginning, and then she conquers the demon. Jai Ma is victory to the mother. May she do that. So everything that's attracting those negative entities is being sucked up and hoovered by Kālī, the great goddess. Om. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Om, Om, Om. Om Ma, Jai Ma, Vama. Om Ma, Jai Ma, Vama. Om Ma, Jai Ma. And then at a personality level, to be comfortable that you know that kind of energy is working through the field and over here and transmitting and doing its thing all the time, and just taking nothing about that personally, just understanding. Even I was able to reflect back years ago when strange circumstances would happen where there was a spontaneous exorcism. But the mind is the last to know, I was just like, wow, that was weird. It must be like this, must be like that. But through the more clarity and more experience and the downloads and the reflection in the mirroring, now I'm seeing much more clearly what's going on. And this purifying, we could look at, instead of exorcism, purifying energy, and how it manifests and how it wants to play and what it does and how the field reacts to it, and be totally internally not just comfortable with that, but realize it's a blessing. It's a blessing, and then allow that energy to express as an offering. So, can imagine like, the mind, I don't want to offer that. I don't want to be involved with that. I don't want to go to deal with people's super darkness. No, that's what has to be done. That's part of the Kālī energy. And if they come and they want to, Kālī's blessings, then that's part of the blessings. And people have released all sorts of stuff in meditation, and even not telling a story and someone shouts nearby, because just the other day, a woman we met, I sat down for 2 seconds. Romy was already sitting with her. She just asked about Kālī, and I got the intuition, sit down and join them, ask if you can join. And we did, and then immediately exorcism happened. But I didn't understand this until today. So spontaneously, what happened was she started telling a story and said, I want to share the story, I don't know why. So of course I'm all ears and all heart about that, listening and hearing and feeling what she's saying. And basically she said she had been to a Tantra workshop, and at the Tantra workshop they did this invoking the dark masculine. And then she left right after and went to a place that's known for entities congregating, a waterfall. And she said after that experience, she started swearing like a truck driver and like a angry man. And she said, I'm all about cuddles and love, and now I have like a rage and whatever. And so it was clear from the story, like she got possessed. She went to this workshop, she's super open, and now this entity was there, and the entity left in an hour. She started having like major release experiences, burping, crying, laughing, like everything was in flux. And at the end of the hour, she was good to go. I felt like it was okay to take our leave of her now. And of course, I checked in on her later and make sure she's okay and everything, and she's come to meditation since. So that was a spontaneous exorcism. Like I was like, no, I'm interested in your story. I want to hear it. And I could feel in the story what had happened. And I'm always advising people, be super careful where you go. You're going to lie down with dog. You're going to get fleas. You're going to hang out with saints. You're going to become a saint. You hang out with thieves. You become a thief. You've got to be super aware of where you are and what you're doing and how strong you are. If you have an awareness that like, it's okay, I can go meditate with the thieves and that's what I'm called to do. Okay, you should do that. But if it's an unconscious thing and like desire, programming, you know, whatever that puts you there, you're going to suck up those vibes. So when your own vibration is high enough, then you can sit with the demons. But when your vibration is not high enough, you will become a demon yourself. And yeah, some people think that they can do that, but they can't. And for me, I've been super aware and resistant to wanting to share that energy because of the obvious reasons. Like, I don't want to spend my time doing that. My mind doesn't. But yeah, if that's what's coming through you and you acknowledge that and you feel it and you accept it and you realize it's a blessing, then what's the problem with offering that? In fact, you're called to offer that, or else it wouldn't be happening through you and you wouldn't feel the call to let that express through you. So exorcism, yeah. The most powerful, divine, embodied exorcism. The eyes of Shiva. He is the master exorcist. The energy of the goddess, but the eyes of Shiva. And just looking at Shiva's eyes can cause a massive exorcism. So see what you feel. See what resonates for you. Om Ma Jai Ma Vama Om Shakti Om Om Shiva Shankara Om Shiva Shankara Om Shiva Shankara Jai Ma Jai Kālī Ma. Thank you for listening and thank you for sharing. Om.